Hello, beautiful Capricorns. Hey, Capricorns, it's 2019. I am Taryn, and this is my new channel, The Luminary Tarot. Thank you so much for watching. I am just going to start out by shuffling and doing some, see what I see. Okay, so yeah, I feel as though this is probably a time where there's something that you have been wanting, that you have been working on, that you have really been you set your eye on it a while ago. And Capricorn, you are such hard workers. But I think that it's been a time to actually be patient to see that work come to fruition. It's been a time where you've really had to take a seat and wait. And that's not always the most comfortable place to be for a Capricorn, I know. It's really, really maybe a time to actually look at, your feelings a little bit more and how, what emotions come up from not getting what you want. And, taking strength from those lessons instead of getting down on yourself for not getting it, Again, it's like Capricorn sometimes is like, well, I've done the hard work, so I need to get the result. Patience, my love. Patience. It's growing, and your gifts and your lessons are growing as well. Like, you are really expanding into something really beautiful, and I know that 2019 is just going to be just a really beautiful, balanced year for you, I think. Really finding that harmony within yourself and within your relationships and your environment. It's something that I really, really hope for all of my beloved Capricorn soul fam. So just this last shuffle. One more. Okay. Let's get rock and rolling. Okay, Capricorn, so a message from your guides as you step into 2019. Foundation and achievements. As I was saying, you have done a lot of hard work. You have laid the foundation. You have put in all of the effort. And now you watch it grow. So this speaks a lot to faith and being able to know that you can't just plant a seed and then the next day expect it to be a full plant, right? You have worked really, really hard to get to where you are. And yeah, maybe it's not going as quickly as you would like, but know that those achievements are coming. You've done the work. You've put the effort in. So always trust that that's enough. That's enough. If you've done it and you've done it out of love, then no time is wasted, okay? And it's a 4 as well. So really talking about building something solid, building something stable. It's very Capricorn energy, and it's really, really lovely to start to move into 2019 with. So let's see what you have to leave behind in 2018 if this is actually going to start to take effect. Ooh, okay. So the transformation card, also known as the death card in traditional tarot. Sorry. Also, I am on a farm, so you may hear heaps of dogs barking at times throughout this video, or horses neighing, or there's the occasional pig, but just bear with me, okay? Doesn't make the message any less potent. So something to leave behind in 2018 is constantly having to shapeshift, to transform yourself into whatever it is that you think other people think you should be or think you should be doing. Letting go of the sense of that didn't work, so now I need to burn it to the ground and build something new. That didn't work, need to burn it to the ground and build something. No, again, you are such hard workers. Trust that your work will be paid off. Trust that you will get exactly what you want. As long as you know what it is that you want, you'll get it, right? So really letting yourself just let that go a little bit, easing off of that intense energy of always needing to start over if you think it doesn't work out, right? Stick with it. Stick with your plans and stick with the things that you are building. Watch them grow, because sometimes growing takes time. It takes time. Okay. So now let's think about how you can start to achieve your highest potential in 2019, because I really feel as though, again, like this intense growth has really been, it's built quite a strong foundation for you, and now it's time to learn how you take that hard work and that ethic and that effort, and you move it into something that actually serves you, into your highest good. What was I saying about your emotions? Your highest potential comes when you learn to trust your emotion and to really acknowledge and feel your emotions as well. I know for Capricorn, again, it's not always about feeling. Sometimes it's really more about like the practicality and how to make it happen and what we're going to do and make it happen. But you know what? You also got to feel. You also got to feel good about what you're doing. You have to feel into into that loving energy that you have so much of and so much to give. But sometimes it's like the practicality gets in the way of the love, or the practicality gets in the way of the feeling, and so then you kind of find yourself doing everything that you think you should be doing and mechanically, but are you taking time out for yourself to really just feel into what you're doing, to actually feel the experiences that you've been through and what the things that you've been through too? Because I mean, look, it hasn't been an easy last few years, so you really have to start to look at how that's made you feel and how, like, allow yourself to express those emotions and to actually acknowledge what you're feeling and speak out loud to people and not just suffer in silence and not just allow yourself to, be passed over because, it's for the good of everyone. What is good for you, right? So let's see what kind of energy we want to start to focus on in 2019. What is the energy to focus on in 2019? Oh my God, Capricorn. Okay, so these are the two cards that I was talking about at the beginning of your reading. You can flip back and see them as I was shuffling. Patience. What to focus on is patience. So yeah, you can't just destroy everything that you've built just because it isn't working the way that you thought it would work and as quickly as you thought it would work because you put the work in. Feel into it and learn how to just take a step back and let it grow. Faith, real faith, is planting the seed and trusting that it will grow. Not checking on it every single day. A watched pot never boils, just like a planted seed never, blooms the next day. So really, just allowing yourself to find pleasure in the waiting, in the downtime. And this isn't always the easiest lesson to learn, but this is something that, there's a season for everything. If you can see this picture, there's a time to grow and then a time for things to die as well. And if you're a person who, again, is just well, it didn't work, so it's over now and I'm done with it, there's a season for everything. So you can't always control the season. You have to learn how to ride out the season and wait for that harvest, because sometimes you're actually stopping yourself from the harvest by just destroying the crop that you've planted because it hasn't grown fast enough for you, right? Yeah, wow. And it's interesting because it's literally that other half of your foundation. So these two cards are sitting one on top of the other. So this is a 4 and this is a 2. So to be able to get to the 4, to the firm foundation, to the stability, to the achievements, you have to learn how to wait. You have to learn how to be patient. Okay? Okay, my love? So the heart of the reading is going to be your theme for the year, and I'm going to move this along a little bit quicker because I have taken some time with this. So your theme for the year is partnerships and alliances, and a lot of really emotional cards here. So this ultraviolet room is the cups in the traditional tarot. So it's all about your emotions, and this is all about attracting partnerships that are aligned with where you want to go, attracting people and relationships that feel feel as though you have something in common. You have kinship. You have support. Attracting aligned relationships in 2019 is really going to help you to enjoy the process. I feel like enjoying the process comes from being able to be around people that are there for your highest good as well and have your best interests at heart. And that's when, like, the waiting, you actually don't even notice that you're waiting because, you know, you're enjoying yourself so much. And that's kind of that's a really, really lovely way to move into a new cycle, because if you're always just waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting, but you're not enjoying it, you're not feeling it, you're not communing with other people and sharing your experiences, what's the point? And so now let's think about the future energy that you want to start to move into, that you want to start to attract, and any opportunities that you want to start to attract as well. Another spiritual emotional card. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. This is very Capricorn. Ooh, it's very Capricorn as well, because it is an earthy energy of like feet planted firmly on the ground and knowing that you've built something worthwhile. You've done the hard work. You've showed up. Stand your ground. Keep standing there. Don't just build something and then be like, well, it didn't work out, I'm leaving now. Keep showing up. Keep doing it, because that's when you can actually start to reap the fruits and actually get the benefits, instead of just being like, well, moved on from that, on to the next. Stand your ground. What this year is going to be about, really learning how to, as you attract things, you're going to have to see them through. And that doesn't mean till your end, till when you think it's the end. See them through till they're over. And that may not be ever. And that's okay. Enjoy the wait, enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. Stand your ground. Cool, my love. This is beautiful, and this is really awesome energy for a Capricorn. I love it. My mom is a Capricorn, and it's so perfect. So now let's think about the obstacles that you may need to move past, and how to proceed, how to move on from them, how to move on from any obstacles or challenges. Ooh. Destiny. So this is the Wheel of Fortune card in the traditional tarot, and this is about cycles and allowing cycles to end. So, like, really knowing how a cycle, like where you are at in a cycle, and knowing that a cycle will end when it's supposed to end. And that is a challenge for you, because again, you wanted to move in your time, at your pace, but that's not how life works. Life works by you sitting back, you doing the work, and then you sitting back and trusting that you have done everything that you could do to make whatever it is that you want to happen, right? And so this Destiny card is in such a beautiful position for you guys, and I really just want you to have a moment and look at that. Look at that. Complete the cycle, because this is where I feel like you're at the moment. You're like, yeah, I've done all the work, okay, it died, so I'm done. And then the cycle can't complete itself, because you just moved forward in your own time. Everything has a season, and it's not always on your schedule, my love. You are not a Swiss timekeeper, and neither is this life. So, unless you are a Swiss timekeeper, that would be very interesting. Comment below if you're a Swiss timekeeper. So yeah, really just trusting the cycles of your life, hey? Last two cards, I'm going to wrap up a little bit. So let's think about how to foster healthy and more loving relationships as you move forward into 2019, because that's what you want. And that's what your whole reading is about. It's about the partnerships that you're going to attract. So let's find out, how do we get healthy and loving relationships that makes the wait not feel like a wait, right? Mental conflict. Oh, wow. Get out of your own head. Get into the world. Go and speak to people. Whenever you find yourself in these, like, going around in circles and mental loops and just like negative self-talk, and I feel like it's all about when you feel like it's all about yourself and kind of like woe is me kind of sense is what I get from this card. that's when it's time to actually get outside of yourself, get outside of your head, go outside, go speak to someone. The more the merrier. Go and be in a group, go and be with aligned people. You have to start to get yourself away from yourself. Because again, you're such hard workers and you think you can do everything by yourself. But as I said with Pisces, just because you are good at being alone doesn't mean you have to be alone. So really start to allow yourself to go and find the people that are going to bring you joy, that are going to make your life feel like it is just so like beautiful and expansive and a joy, an absolute pleasure to wake up to every day. Yeah? Get out of that mental conflict. Get out of that monkey mind. Also, just taking time to meditate every day. Taking time to be with yourself and to... Sorry, my dog just went crazy for no reason. There's nothing around. So yeah, just taking time to calm your mind and then leave it behind. Go and do something. Go and be with people. Go and enjoy yourself. Right? Parting message before we finish up here. Obstacles and challenges. Okay. So I think this is a really, really interesting card because this is, so in the traditional tarot, this is the Five of Wands. Five of Wands. So this is conflict that you may experience within yourself. And these are obstacles that you are creating for yourself. Again, staying in that mental gunk and that cycle of really not knowing how to proceed, not knowing how to move forward. You don't always need to know how. You don't always need to know the timing. You don't always need to be fighting. It's like if you are constantly trying to fight, then fight is what you will always encounter. So just let go. Stop fighting. It's okay. Let yourself really just feel into this year. When it comes to a sense of being like practical and logical and I need a to-do list and I need this and I need this and I need this, that's when it's time to just loosen the reins a little bit and go with the flow. I hope that you have just the most brilliant, heart-opening new year and that you really start to feel all of the love that is around you, that you really start to experience what an incredible and like absolutely, just an absolutely astounding individual that you are. And I hope that this next year is everything that you have ever dreamed and more. I will see you in 2 weeks with another reading. I am the Luminary. Thank you so, so much for watching. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, and let me know if it resonated for you. I really appreciate it. As I start out on this journey, it all is all about how this lands for you. So really let me know. Until next time, until next time, peace, love, and namaste.